Anger. We've all felt its scorching touch, that sudden blaze that consumes our peace and leaves only ashes of regret. It lashes out, hurting not just others but carving deep scars within us. But what if anger didn't have to control you? What if you could extinguish its fire before it burns away your joy? Stoicism offers timeless wisdom for taming anger, teaching us how to reclaim serenity, face challenges with calm, and live a life of inner freedom. In this exploration, we uncover 5 transformative lessons from Stoic philosophy, each offering a way to master your emotions and build a foundation of lasting tranquility. The destructive nature of anger, a fierce fire within. Anger is like a blazing fire, it ignites quickly, consuming everything in its path. Relationships are charred, trust reduced to ashes, and worst of all, it scorches the person who harbors it. Yet, in the heat of the moment, anger can feel powerful, even righteous. How often have you shouted, slammed doors, or fired off a harsh reply, only to feel hollow and regretful when the fire dies down? The Roman poet Horace captured it perfectly. Anger is a short madness. It hijacks our reason, leaving behind a trail of poor decisions and wounded souls. But here's the twist: anger doesn't come from outside us. It's not the rude driver, the critical coworker, or the unkind remark that sparks it. According to the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, it's not external events but our judgments about them that stoke the flames. Think about it. When someone cuts you off in traffic, the event is neutral. The anger arises from your interpretation. They disrespected me. Or, how dare they? But does reacting in rage change what happened? No. Instead, it tightens anger's grip on your mind and body, leading to stress, racing heartbeats, and even long-term health problems like high blood pressure and heart disease. Here's a challenge. Recall a time you acted out in anger. Did it bring lasting satisfaction? Or did it leave behind guilt, fractured relationships, or unresolved pain? Stoicism invites us to see anger for what it truly is, not a force of strength but a thief of peace. Marcus Aurelius wisely wrote, "You always have the option of having no opinion." This means we can choose to let provocations pass without judgment, extinguishing the fire before it consumes us. The question is, will you continue letting anger burn away your happiness? Or will you learn to control it and reclaim your inner peace? The power of self-reflection, unlocking the mirror of the soul. What if you could pause time in the heat of an argument and look deep into your mind, uncovering the true source of your anger? Would you find righteous indignation or perhaps a wounded ego? This is the power of self-reflection, a quiet, revolutionary act that turns your gaze inward and reveals the roots of your emotions. Self-reflection, as the Stoics teach, is not just introspection, it's the art of becoming your own philosopher. When anger surges, it feels immediate, even unstoppable. But is it? Imagine a mirror not for your face but for your soul, a tool that forces you to confront your thoughts and ask the tough questions. Why am I angry? Is this about justice? Or my ego demanding recognition? Will this reaction bring resolution or more chaos? When you reflect, you shift from being the captive of your emotions to the master of your mind. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, practiced this daily. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Consider this. How often does anger stem from expectations we've placed on others? A missed text? A thoughtless comment? Self-reflection exposes these hidden triggers and allows us to question their validity. Often, the problem isn't the world, it's the story we've told ourselves about it. In modern life, where stress is constant and tempers short, self-reflection is a shield against impulsive reactions. Think of high achievers like Bill Gates or Oprah Winfrey, who credit daily self-assessment as the cornerstone of their personal growth. It's not about dwelling on mistakes but learning from them. Here's a simple exercise. At the end of each day, take 5 minutes to ask yourself, how did I handle my emotions today? Where can I do better tomorrow? This small habit can build a fortress of inner peace, brick by brick. When you master self-reflection, anger transforms. No longer an unthinking reaction, it becomes a signal, a chance to pause, understand, and choose a better path. The question is, are you willing to look in the mirror and see the truth? Because in that truth lies your freedom. Practicing mindfulness, the secret weapon against anger. Imagine being in the middle of a heated moment. Your heart races, your breath quickens, and you can feel the words forming, ready to lash out. But what if you could pause right there, step outside the storm, and choose calm instead of chaos? This is the power of mindfulness, a Stoic superpower that transforms how you respond to life's provocations. Mindfulness isn't about sitting cross-legged on a mountaintop or escaping the world. It's about being fully present, not in some distant future where worries live, or the past where regrets linger, but in this exact moment. Marcus Aurelius said it best. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Let's bring it to life. Picture yourself driving when a car suddenly cuts you off. The automatic response? Anger. Maybe a honk, a curse, or an urge to retaliate. But here's the truth, that car cutting you off is just a fact. The anger? That's your choice. Mindfulness gives you the space to notice this choice and ask yourself, why am I angry? Does this moment truly deserve my peace? When you pause and observe your emotions instead of being consumed by them, you regain control. Mindfulness doesn't suppress anger, it disarms it, allowing you to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. One simple way to practice mindfulness is through your breath. In any tense situation, take a deep breath in and out. Feel the sensation of your breath, grounding you in the present. This single act creates a gap between the trigger and your reaction, a gap where wisdom resides. Epicurus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." By practicing mindfulness, you can rewrite this script. Instead of letting the world push your buttons, you take command of your inner state. Here's the intriguing part. Mindfulness doesn't just help you in the heat of anger. Over time, it rewires your brain, reducing the intensity of emotional triggers altogether. It's like upgrading your mental operating system to one that prioritizes peace over petty irritations. The next time you feel anger creeping in, ask yourself, am I the master of my mind, or is my mind mastering me? Practicing mindfulness ensures you always choose the former. The question is, are you ready to reclaim that power? Embracing stillness, the silent strength that transforms chaos. In a world where noise reigns supreme, pinging phones, endless deadlines, and constant demands, silence feels like an endangered species. Yet, the Stoics understood that true power isn't found in the frenzy of activity but in the profound stillness of the mind. What if the peace you've been chasing isn't out there, but waiting quietly within you? Stillness, in Stoic philosophy, isn't about retreating from life. It's about mastering the art of pausing, even when chaos surrounds you. Marcus Aurelius, a man who ruled an empire while facing war and plague, wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." Stillness, he believed, is not escape but clarity, a refuge you can carry with you anywhere. Imagine this, you're in the middle of a heated argument. Words are flying, tempers flaring. The natural instinct? To fight back, to react? But what if instead you paused? Not in weakness, but in deliberate strength. Stillness allows you to rise above the storm, observing rather than being swept away. This isn't passive. In that pause, you're recalibrating, deciding your next move with wisdom instead of impulse. Stillness turns chaos into clarity, giving you the upper hand, not over others, but over yourself. Consider the power of silence in problem solving. When faced with adversity, our first instinct is often action, any action. But as the Stoics teach, silence holds answers that frenzy never can. Think of a muddy pond. Only when it is still do its depths become visible. Similarly, when you quiet your mind, solutions emerge where before there was only noise. In modern times, embracing stillness has transformed lives. Take meditation, for instance, a practice rooted in silence that reduces stress, sharpens focus, and nurtures emotional resilience. Leaders and innovators swear by it, not as a break from life, but as a way to engage it more fully. Stillness isn't just a tool for moments of crisis. It's a way of life. Imagine starting your day not by diving into emails or social media but by sitting in quiet reflection. Or ending a stressful meeting with a brief pause instead of escalating tensions. These moments of silence ripple outward, transforming not just your actions but your entire approach to life. The next time life feels overwhelming, ask yourself, what would happen if I stopped, just for a moment? In that pause, you might find the strength you've been seeking. Because in stillness lies a paradox. By doing nothing, you gain everything: peace, clarity, and unshakable inner strength. Cultivating gratitude, the key to unlocking true freedom. What if I told you that the antidote to anger, discontent, and even fear lies in one simple, yet profound act: gratitude? Not the fleeting kind we feel when something goes right, but a deeper, enduring gratitude that reshapes how we see the world, even in its darkest moments. The Stoics believe this kind of gratitude is not just a virtue, it's a superpower. To the Stoics, gratitude was about more than thanking the universe for life's blessings. It was about embracing everything, the good, the bad, and the uncomfortable, with open arms. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Receive without pride, let go without attachment." This wasn't resignation, it was mastery, a deliberate choice to find value in every experience. Think of the moments that frustrate you: an unexpected setback at work, a rude remark from a stranger, a cancelled plan. Most would see these as irritations. The Stoic sees them as teachers. What can this moment teach me about patience? Resilience? The fragility of my own expectations? Gratitude transforms these moments from burdens into opportunities for growth. Take the story of Epictetus, born a slave yet one of the greatest philosophers in history. Despite his harsh circumstances, he taught that we should be grateful not only for our fortunes but for our challenges. Why? Because struggles shape us, revealing strengths we never knew we had. Gratitude, then, isn't just about appreciating life's roses, it's about finding value in its thorns. But how do we cultivate this perspective in a world that often pulls our focus toward what's lacking? Start small. Each day, reflect on 3 things, however mundane or grand, that you are grateful for. The warmth of the sun. A kind word from a friend. The strength to endure a tough day. These moments, often overlooked, are the seeds of a gratitude practice that can transform your mindset. The Stoics also teach that gratitude extends to others. When someone wrongs you, rather than holding on to anger, consider what the experience taught you. Perhaps it revealed the truth about the person, or strengthened your resolve to act with integrity. In choosing gratitude over bitterness, you free yourself from the chains of resentment. Here's the intriguing part: gratitude isn't just an emotional balm, it's a cognitive rewiring. Studies show that practicing gratitude consistently can lower stress, improve mental health, and even enhance physical well-being. The act of focusing on what we have rather than what we lack changes not only our perspective but our very biology. So, the next time anger or frustration arises, pause. Look for the lesson, the hidden gift. Ask yourself, what in this moment can I be grateful for? It may seem counterintuitive, even impossible, but in that shift, you'll discover the secret the Stoics knew all along. Gratitude isn't just a feel-good sentiment. It's a way to reclaim your power and find peace in any storm.